See, and Kufra already first wave. Tanggal agad yung mga tanks. That's gonna be a pretty big deal here for Blufire.
And as expected, NXP Solid nga dito, ang ginagawa nila, tinanggal na nila yung Reynos dito. This is really just going to be the meta bans for their side. Pero for Blufire dito, they're adjusting. They take out Yawi's hero, Kufra, tapos tinanggal nila yung Selena ni Chester.
That's right.
So, there's a bit of a thing here na medyo pinapatay nila yung tempo ng NXP Solid dito sa pagkuha netong pagban netong mga heroes na to. Kasi tatandaan natin, meron pa ring lucky factor kasi ang Selena. Sometimes pabato ka ng pana if it's in the right timing, right place, in the right time, may tatamaan kang isang malaking target, then that's going to be a kill for you.
Yep. Most of the time, actually, you would know that. I think it's very important to know that aside from Selena, Farsa din is one of the most highly contested supports here in this meta. Because I think it's so big that, especially if you're fighting against Chester, I think dapat iban mo yun. Pero I think bibigay yata ng Blufire yung pick na yun kung sakali. Especially if NXP doesn't ban it out. Unless may tinatago bang Farsa plays ang Blufire na hindi pa natin nakita. Although, the times they picked Farsa before, I don't think it was as successful. I think that's gonna be something that they don't want to pick out right away. And Chu, I think magkakaroon tayo ng konting agawan in terms of the carries as well with a shared hero pool of Chu and H2O. That's gonna be, ano may mabibilang natin dito, yung Lancelot, yung Yisan Shin, and I think yung Claude lang talaga yung nag-iisang hindi nila kailangan hindi nila, ang tawag doon, hindi sila magkakaroon ng agawan
Blufire right now,
Farsa nga, yeah.
ano ang kukunin nila? They could go for a Thams. Khalid is there. Na alam natin, Secret naglalaro din ng Khalid to.
Yeah.
So they can just pick that up. Pero for NXP Solid, you're giving out a Thams. You're giving out a Yuzhong. To be honest, Blufire dito can go for a Yuzhong.
Yuzhong, oo nga, no? Hindi napansin si Yuzhong dito.
So pwede nila kunin to.
Okay.
For the NXP Solid,
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of a Khalid and a Thams. And a Thams. I think naglalaro sila doon just because there's a big emphasis on getting a good side lane. Kumbaga yung side lane mo kapag napatatag mo yan at hindi ganon kadali, sabihin natin tibagin or pauwiin, hindi nila makokontrol kasi yung mga turret sa side lane. So, right now, it's going to be the Yuzhong, the Thams, and the Khalid.
Yep, predicted yung mga picks na to, no? Ito yung
Well,
mga picks na pinagsasabi.
Well, it's there.
That goes to show, diba? Ito yung meta picks. And they really are sticking to what is going to be meta. And that's not a bad thing. I think that's not a bad thing, especially considering Blufire right now. As much as possible, they will want to play comfort. Comfort sana, kung kaya, para sa Blufire. Kasi, if you can't find yourself, find yourself in your tournament, hanapin mo lang sarili mo nung ginagawa mo sa rank games. Paano ba ako nakadating dito sa MPL? Ano ba yung ginagawa ko dati?
That is true.
Subukan nating paganahin, malay mo.
Tingnan natin. Pero for Blufire dito, time is running out. Siguro Atlas in the Chango. Lancelot na, kinuha na nila dito. And they will go for the Chango. Okay. So, ang ganda na ng invade potential dito ng Blufire. Just because they got the Chango and that Lancelot.
That's a lot of pressure, no? That's a lot
of pressure. Pero
especially when taking buffs.
Pero kasi, ang nakikita ko dito, isang side lane pa lang yun na secure nila. NXP Solid, I like to adjust.
Yep. They are actually already on the Lolita. Meron kay Chang, I-block nga natin yung meteor shower mo ng isang malupit na shield. So, I think Blufire actually, they got something when they got the Lancelot. That's good. Pero this is almost a sure Yisan Shin for H2O. There's just no way that you don't take the Yisan Shin at this point kasi you want that map control, especially kung meron kang malilikot na hero tulad ni Lancelot and may mga rotate na kanyon tulad ni Chang'e, right? That's what you want, and I think that maganda yung adjustment na ginawa ng NXP sa draft na to.
Usually kasi, ako iniisip ko dito, NXP Solid, if they ever think of getting a Ling, mahirap mag-Ling dito. Kasi nakikita natin yung usual trend sa ginagawa ng Ling is pinupuntahan sila lagi for that invade. Pero for Blufire dito, I don't really know the reason why. Well, it's their call. I'm not questioning it. Pero kasi, you have all the tools to actually invade that lane.
Yep.
And for some reason, sinasabi nga na si Lancelot is actually a counter. Somewhat of a counter kay Ling. And it's not because
Espadahan
it's not because of the espadahan, the Thorn Rose, or pwede mag-dash.
Yep.
It's actually because of the reason na Thorn Rose equals retribution. Yun yung isa sa mga pinakamasakit sa ulong labanan for the side of Ling. Kasi hindi mo lagi sure kung papaano siya gagalaw or kung kailan yung tamang timing ng retribution mo kasi masyadong mataas yung damage burst dun sa buff at that point on.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's going to be a big deal. Now, actually, what I'm looking for here is Ling is going to be banned out. Nakakatawa kasi pag mention natin, nababan. So, ayun, mention mo yung Ling na ban eh. So, it either gets picked or banned. So, good job up here.
Oh. Pero alam mo, YSS.
YSS.
Super. Pero feeling ko wag na eh.
Feeling ko wag na nga eh, no?
Pero alam mo, NXP solid on the other hand.
Does YSS make sense here? I think it does, right? It still makes sense.
It probably could.
Yeah.
Kasi if in terms of poke potential, feeling ko dun talaga magkakaroon ng solid foundation dito, yung side ng Blufire. NXP solid dito. They're taking their time. Alam nila may 23 seconds pa dito. And ayaw nila magmadali. Tingnan mo, chill lang sila. Nakangiti lang sila. Ano nga ba yung magiging Chester hero dito? I think a Kagura would be good.
Kagura nga, no? I think that's something that's the funny thing about Chester is ang dami niya din pwedeng i-fix eh. I think he's almost at par with Oh My Venus and Imba DJ with the amount of supports that NXP Solid can pick. Pero malay mo, tank na ano na to. I think okay na sila dito. Wow, Hayabusa on H2O. Pwede ba ma-flex to kay Renege? Pwede ba mag-tank na lang magtangkalid na lang si Yawi, si Chester maglolita. Pwede ba 'yon?
It's a possibility, pero kasi masyadong matagal 'yun eh. Para kay masyadong matagal para kay Hayabusa na ilagay mo siya sa gilid.
Sa bagay. Hindi na 'yun yung ginagawa ngayon.
Hindi yung usual ginagawa niya. Dati nilalagay siya doon kasi kaya niyang mag-sustain ng sarili niya doon.
Matagal,
Ng matagal na hindi siya masyado nabibigyan ng focus kasi. Pero ngayon naman, ang nangyayari kasi, yung rotations, lagi doon sa may lane na pinaka-vulnerable. And I think if you put Hayabusa doon sa lane na yun, merong time na talagang pupunta na lang dito yung mga kalaban, tapos paparusahan na lang yung Hayabusa na side lane. But still,
speaking of parusa, mapaparusahan kaya itong Ruby pick na to? I think this might be a problem.
Eto, what do you think about the Ruby pick? Ang daming pumipili sa kanya, what do you think about it?
I think the Ruby pick is super situational. This is a pick that easily gets punished nga eh. Kaya sabi ko nga, di ba, mapaparusahan kaya. Kasi tingin ko kayang maparusahan ng lineup ng NXP to with enough damage, especially with the Valier pick. Pero, you have to take note na itong Blufire, they have a very tanky lineup because of the Baksha and the Ruby. Not to mention si Secret on this Yuzhong is going to be super difficult to take down as well. Tapos malikot pa siya. And, walang panghabol masyado yung NXP doon sa Chang'e kasi ang pang damage burst nila dito is mostly on the Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Right? And Hayabusa, he needs to pick. Do I just go for the Chang'e? Pag ginawa ko yun, mag-ultimate ako sa Chang'e, yun na yun. Paano na si Chu? Paano na yung Lancelot? So, interestingly, tama nga, si Chester nga naglulita. And that's interesting because it's going to be Yawi on the Valier.
It's probably because hindi lang hero.
Di ba naayos to?
Hindi, I mean, it's
soft
probably the most
ideal. Idol na ba to?
Ako kasi support pa rin naman para sa mata ko talaga
support si Lolita.
Support talaga
pero
si Lolita.
Pero hindi tank si Valier.
Oh,
so,
well,
interestingly,
tingnan natin.
Let's see multi-roll is real.
Multi-roll is real. Ito na yung sinasabi
Yawi
natin. Yawi on the Valier. I just feel na baka, may mga times kasi na yung isang hero, hindi mo lang talaga siya feel.
Hindi nga talaga.
And feeling ko, yun lang yung sinabi ni Yawi dito na,
ayaw maglilita.
Siguro yung sinabi na lang, parang, di ko feel yan masyado. Sige, sabi ni Chester ako na, parang adjust na lang. Pero support is support.
Support is support.
Support is support.
Exactly. So here we go, Blufire NXP Solid. Game 1, mga kaibigan, and nagkakabaliwan na agad. Sa draft pa lang. Akala ko nagkamali.
So, eto there is actually a bit of a contest dito para sa side ng NXP Solid. If you think about it, MB and the others, and ito na nga sinasabi natin dito, Chu has free reign over that. Pero kung iisipin mo dito, merong away na nangyayari sa may gitna. They can actually go for this. And look at this, Storm Rose to the dashes. Goodness gracious, Blufire dito, very aggressive. They punish yung ginawa ni Yawi.
Interestingly enough, I think Yawi is he had the right idea to clear up the wave and try to push back Blufire, pero nagawa nila ng paraan. And I think medyo malaking deficit yun. Pero nakabalik naman si Yawi, and I think they wanna go for more.
And look at this, Chu actually getting a lot of damage there, pero tingnan natin kung paano nila kokontrolin to. And they got yung purple buff. Hindi nakuha dito ni H2O, pero they will get 2 kills in the process. Do you think it's worth it?
Was it worth it na ibigay ang 2 kills para sa purple buff to deny H2O of that blue? I'm not sure. Actually, kasi H2O, especially since H2O got, I think, 1 kill over that, that's okay lang. I think babagal ng konti yung clear niya. Pero now, this might be a different story. I think NXP Sol actually was ahead because of that.
Now, Limbs dito, flickering in dun sa may pader. Medyo niyakap niya yung Realme dun.
Yep.
Paramdam ko medyo nayakap niya yung Realme dun. Pero it's fine. Hindi naman siya tutumba dun. And the rotation coming out from Blufire. Medyo, sabihin na lang natin, they're actually controlling the pacing of the game.
Yep.
Ngayon, NXP Solid, what do they do? Ano yung plano nila dito? Kasi si Rene J, maganda yung lane niya dito sa baba. He's actually controlling this matchup against Secret. Pero another punish na naman.
Nako, napakalaking punish dun. Especially that, since that was Kripsu getting a kill. I think, as long as Blufire are controlling the waves, they don't care that they're losing the team fights. Gusto lang nila i-control yung wave. And bonus na lang siguro kung makapatay sila or hindi.
And si Rene J dito, ang ganda ng pwesto niya. He's getting yung information na kailangan niya dito. They go in. He actually gets it. Chu actually gets that. Tingnan natin dito kung paano nila paparusahan to. And Chango will actually go down at the hands of the Hayabusa. Tingnan natin kung lalaban pa sila dito. Secret will just go away. Hindi na nila pipilit yung issue doon, Rockard.
Palitan ng palitan na. I think it's difficult to say who's really ahead in this game, even though, looking at the map, they are going to go for Limbs right away. The punish on that Ruby is so critical.
At nakuha pa rin ni Chu yung kanyang buff. And that is... The supports dito, medyo nagkakaroon, yung mga tanks, yung mga supports, nagkakaroon sila ng mga oras na medyo talagang na-go-overextend sila. They really want to do something. But, ang pinaka-naging problema, Rockheart, is they get caught off guard.
Oh my God. Okay, pero ang maganda dito for Blufire is they still get that turtle buff, which denied from H2O means na hindi basta-basta maka-burst down H2O ng mga target. Although, ang maganda naman kay H2O is he got the double buff this time. So, meron ng malakas na energy regen, he could go for the bottom lane.
They could actually go for the bottom lane. That is true. Pero dun sa may taas, nagkakaroon din ng onting, not onte, pero a full-blown push on that side. Secret dito, tatakbuhin niya na lang yan. He's not going to risk that. Bibigay na lang niya. Kasi patas naman na eh. Nakuha na yung taas. So might as well just give the bottom lane turret.
Oh, MB on the back foot. Look at that. Kripsu forced to flicker out and they are still fighting over that orange buff. Talagang ayaw nilang ibigay kay H2O yung resources na kailangan niya para umunlad. Right now, purple lang ang hawak niya.
They know that they have to. Ito yung sinasabi natin eh. Kumbaga, kung gusto mong i-shut down yung mid lane, you get all the buffs. Pero kasi ang nangyayari dito, Rockheart, for the side of NXP Solid, yung side lanes.
Side lanes,
Yung side lanes nila matibay.
Tama.
So that means, Blufire dito, yes, they're answering one thing. Pero you're not looking at two things na nandito sa may gilid. Although there's another fight happening here, ayaw talaga nila magbigay ng oras para huminga.
Tama. I think what they're doing is they're trying to force MB on the top lane and Renegi on the bottom lane na umikot pa mid lane.
Pumasok dito and that is going to be the shadow kill and enough yung damage dito ni H2O. And ito na nga, sinasabi natin, he knows what to do at the right moments. H2O getting 4 kills to dire-diretso dito kahit walang blue buff.
Yep, priority on to damage output. I mean, you don't need to get the buff all the time naman. As long as you can get into position para makakaroon ng kill, okay lang yun. They're doing that right now at NXP, waiting on the turtle as it spawns.
So they actually try to go for this. Lancelot, si Chu, wala siya sa area. And he is actually going to not be there pagkat retry dito na H2O. Pero nandiyan na din yung Dragon. Let's see kung ano mangyayari. Look at that Phantom Execution. It will hit a lot of people. Renegade will be the next target here. Secret nandun sa may pinakalikod. Let's try to see kung ano ba mangyayari dito. And look at the region coming up from Renegade. Tignan pa natin. The Thorn Throat is there. The triangle motion. Pero sabi ni Secret dito, kakayanin ko pa to. But H2O has something in mind.
Nako po.
Lumabas siya, pumasok siya. Tapos lumabas siya ulit. Ang daming beses pumasok doon ni H2O.
Yeah, paulit-ulit. I think mag-cooldown na yung ultimate niya sa duration ng team fight na yon. Sa sobrang tagal, they can actually get back on the fight right away. And with the backup of Puzakin, mapupuwersa nila NXT pabalik. Actually, hindi pa yata. Gusto pa lumapat. Round 3, bro! Round 3!
Ako hindi pa ako tapos eh.
Di ba pagod?
Ako, pakiramdam ko pwede pa eh. Round 2 kaya.
I can do this all day.
Pero may round 2 pa. May round 2 pa. Mamaya pa.
Pangatlo na nga yun eh.
Actually,
Pangatlo na yun eh. Ano ba?
Parang yun na ba yung pangalawang full blown?
Feeling ko eh. Oo eh. Halos
Full blown,
eh.
sige.
Nakapag-ultimate na siya ng...
Tama lang.
Grabe yun. Tuwing nag-cooldown eh, no? I like it. I like the tempo that NXP is showing right now. Blufire, hirap na hirap mag-keep up. Ito naman si Limbs right now. Hindi din makabawas dito sa backline ng NXP kahit kitna na siya.
And Chu dito, MB, getting caught out. Nandun siya may gitna, lumuhod siya, pero hindi enough yon. And here comes H2O. We see gonna get a lot of these kills. Phantom Execution. They will actually get Lancelot, and that is going to be a triple kill for H2O.
Naikutan ng malupet di H2O here. And I think hindi handa yung Blufire sa magpasok ng Hayabusa doon sa tower na yon. And that is why you pick
Hindi
this
pa
up.
tapos! Hindi pa tapos!
Walang pagod, no?
Walang...
He can do this all day.
He can do this all day, pero Gillette instant replay. Hashtag shave the day. What happened? Parang Rockhart.
I think ang big deal here is the AoE damage that was already set up by MB. Sobrang laking bagay when he was going for that top lane. Sabi ni MB, hindi ko kailangan i-take down itong mga to, pero alam kong papasok na si H2O. Okay, I just need to hold on for a bit, and then i-clean up to ng kampi ko.
And that is going to be the Numenon Blast. May stun niya pa dito rin sa Bessie Chu, pero Chester, is this worth it? That is the question. H2O going in. Tignan mo yung Meteor Shower dito, nagkakabatuhan. H2O in front of 4 people. That is not where you want to be kung ikaw si H2O. Pero si MB dito sabi niya, babawi kita, pero hindi lang ako makakadive. Kasi
Yun
masyadong malalim yun.
Medyo negative na yun.
Negative na. Pagka maganong kalalim, negative na yun.
Pero I think at this point, hindi ko alam bakit pero ba hindi pa rin ganun kalaki yung lamang sa gold. I think 1k gold is, considering ang daming nawasak sa Blufire, feeling ko ang daming beses nilang natalo sa teamfight. I wonder why that is, right?
Ramdam ko kasi dito yung NXP Solid, ni-invade talaga nila. Sinusubukan nila i-invade yung Blufire dito. Kumbaga, yung ginagawa kay H2O kanina na kinukuha ng resources, sila naman.
Oo.
So that only means, yung mga monsters mo hindi mo nagagalaw. Kasi sa totoo lang, yung Blufire dito, parang nagkaroon na sila ng time na hindi na sila nakakapasok dun sa base ng kabila. Sa jungle pala, hindi sa base.
So wala na, hindi mo na kayang ma-denayan itong Hayabusa. And now, because of that, yung Hayabusa, kaya nang mag full steam ahead. Kumbaga, kaya nang dumire-direction ng laban because the energy just keeps regenerating dahil lagi nga siyang may buff.
And alam mo, si MB dito, sabihin na lang natin, 316 ang kanyang galawan. But still, that is going to be the Festival of Blood. A lot of regen coming out for his side.
Mahirap
Limbs
i-take
dito
down
at a 045. Pero kasi as long as naitatank talaga ni Limbs yung mga damage output na ginagawa dito ng NXP Solid is doing his job. H2O going in. And that is the power of a Hayabusa. Ang dali niyang mag-push ng turrets. Pero that is going to be the Lancelot going down. Tingnan mo yung secret dito. Isang dragon na lumilipad. Nag-drawing ako niyan. Pero muntik na akong masisante. Renegade on the other hand. Pumaharap dito sa 5.
Yep.
Actually, hindi 5. 3 na lang pala.
3 na lang.
Tatlo na lang at that point. Pero si Renegade gusto pa rin. Si Renegade gusto pa rin.
Makunat ko, yeah. Makunat si Kuya Renegade. And now, the rest of NXP, hindi naman nabawasan. Kaya lumaban sa gitna.
Wow! They actually go in nung nahatak. Sabi niya, sige, sama kami.
Sama kami.
Bro, sama
Thank
kami
you.
dyan. Bro, sama kami dyan, ha?
Libreng flicker.
Bro, sama kami
Libreng
dyan.
flicker in, man.
Blufire dito, they look good dun sa early stages ng laro. Pag-usapan natin yung Blufire dito, nakikipag-trade sila eh.
Paulit-ulit.
Paulit-ulit, nagagawa nila ng paraan, yung mga bagay-bagay na hindi sila malamangan ng todo dito ng NXP Solid. But the thing is, yes, nakokontrol mo si H2O, but the time na nakuha ni H2O yung Shadow Kill, gumawa na si H2O ng mga paraan para makakuha siya ng sarili niyang mga kills. Ma-convert niya yung shadow kill na yon na every time nag-up yun, may kill siya nakukuha. And hinahanap niya lagi si Crypto.
And once Crypto goes down, actually malaking bawas din ng Blufire ang nawawala. If mapapansin mo, that's been happening, and Secret naman hindi din makapagtagal sa gitna ng labanan dahil kayang-kaya siya ng damage output ni Yawi and ni MB.
So, right now, Blufire, do you have what it takes? That is the question. Secret dito. Tingnan natin kung paano niya haharapan dito NXP Solid. Feeling ko, si Secret dito yung may napakalaking role. Kasi kailangan niya gamitin yung Dragon. Yung Dragon nahahawi sa lahat.
Tama. Pero ang problema, yung Dragon, ang lambot ngayon. Pansin mo?
Huwag mo sabihin sa akin.
Hindi kasi yung bawas, hindi siya matangke. Usually yung pag Dragon form, di ba? Hindi kayang tumagat ang kunat niyan. Pero kanina nang lambot dahil kay H2O and kay Yawi. Grabe talaga.
Alam mo, na-shadow kill din siya ni H2O eh.
Yes, yun nga yun.
Yun yung isa mga problema. Kumbaga, nagagawa naman ni Secret yung trabaho niya.
Nasa front, oo.
But, right now, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng onting problema dito yung side ng Blufire? I mean, hindi na lang onti pala to eh. Malaking problema to on their side and they actually get that pull on Chester. Pero they did not convert that into a kill.
I think yung frontline nila hirap na hirap din sa damage output ni Yawi dito sa Valier. I think kanina parang kayang pumasok ni Chu pero pinupushback siya lagi nitong si Yawi. I think nakatutok lang si Yawi either kay Chu or kay Limbs or kay Secret. And they're just ignoring Fuzokan altogether.
And look at H2O going for another shadow kill. Luminon Blast on 2! Dinominon Blast ka na! Binuhangin ka pa! Welcome to the beach!
Welcome to the beach!
Welcome to the beach, Blufire! And this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Tignan natin dito kung paano i-defto ni Crypto. He doesn't have enough damage for that. MB dito, just clearing up the wave. Walang minions. Part 3.
Yep, it's time, I think. And this time, meron ng backup from the top lane. NXP closes this out against Blufire 1-0 on the first game for today.
Madadala ba ng Blufire itong series na to a game number 3? Or will history repeat itself? Magiging 2-0 ba uli ang pangalawa nilang paghaharap dito?
Deja vu?
Sa week
Deja vu ba?
5. I mean, it could happen. It is a possibility. But the thing is, Rockhart, there are signs of life para sa side ng Blufire. Natalo man sila doon, still, nakitaan mo na sumasabay sila.
A big difference from the usual na Blufire na talagang all the way down. Like, they keep trying to do something, they fall flat on their faces. This time, they actually look like parang may apoy. Talaga may nakita ng apoy mula sa malayo.
Buhangin lang pala yung kailangan.
Buhangin lang
pala yung kailangan.
Pangpatay pala sa apoy, buhangin talaga. No?
Pero alam mo, Blufire, it is what it is. They look promising, but they need to deliver. And, nakangiti sila ngayon. They know, they probably talked about it kung ano yung mga naging errors nila. Kamunti ka na nakita natin eh. And Chu versus H2O, sabihin ko sa'yo, may nakikita ka eh. May kayang ibuga. May kayang ibuga si Chu. So, that is really promising for the side of Blufire. But right now, all those promises can be put onto hold by the side of NXP Solid dahil lang kaya nila i-take yung series ito to a 2-0.
That's right. So, the draft is going to be important kasi yung draft kanina, may nagawang napaganda yung NXP which is to get the Valier. At hindi lang Valier, nilagay pa nila kay Yawi. Because of the Valier, hindi makagalaw yung Lancelot ni Chu kanina. Pati si Secret, hirap na hirap pumuesto para makapag-lifesteal. And I think overall, yun yung naging susi sa panalo ng NXP kanina. Yung mga picks na ganun, na panggulatan picks, na hindi mo alam kung bakit yun yung pinik, and they make it work.
And sa totoo lang, kapag ka-bully lane ang usapan dito, you would really like NXP Solid to get this Uranus. It's probably MB, it's probably Renny J. Hindi natin alam kung sino pa yung gagamitin nila dyan. This could be a very flex pick para sa side nila. Pero for Blufire dito, they got the Yuzhong and the Tams. They are really happy with that. Pero kasi NXP Solid, nakuha nila yung Uranus eh.
Yeah.
And ibig sabihin ngayon for Blufire, merong adjustment na mangyayari na sa kanila for the next pick dito on their side.
I think so. I think NXP's next picks are going to be very easy for them, I think. Valier na naman would be good, pero they don't need to pick it up right away. Unless, baka masabihin lang, baka nabasa kaya ng Blufire yung pag-pick natin sa pulang apoy ni Valier. No? And that's a possibility. I think if they pick up the Valier, it's going to do well as well dito sa lineup. Well as well. Kasi ganito yun eh. Ang magiging picks dito ng Blufire might be, the third pick might be either Lancelot or Ling para kay si Chu. Pero,
ano yun?
yun na, sa Lancelot nga ni, sinabi ko, Lancelot ni Secret. Tapos ikaw, ni Chu, ikaw. May sasabi ka eh.
Medyo nagulat lang ako eh. Kasi, hindi usually nabibigyan ng priority na ganito kataas ang isang Atlas. You would see Atlas na sa 4th, 5th pick, but never on the first 2 picks. So, NXP Solid dito, they have something in mind. Let's see kung ano yung iniisip nila. But the bans are gonna come out right now. It's going to be Blufire banning out still the Ling. It's, alam mo, at this point, dahil dalawang beses na nila binan, parang ano eh, ayaw lang talaga nila makatapat. Although they have a counter in terms of getting the purple buff. Alam mo yun, parang sineset up mo na lang sa sarili mo na ayaw na namin makipag-deal sa isang makulit na hero. So, tanggalin na natin yung for the side of Blufire.
This is actually good for NXP. Ang isip kasi ng NXP siguro, yung Atlas binaban ng Blufire on the 4th and 5th ban. So might as well kunin natin ngayon pa lang, tapos mag-adjust na lang tayo dun sa carry natin, which is nakita naman natin na kayang-kayang magbuhat ni H2O on the Hayabusa. Expect nyo yung Blufire to either ban that or yung YSS, which is, I don't know kung mababan pa nila yung YSS because definitely whatever yung maging last ban ng Blufire will be a carry ban. And NXP, they still want to remove a strong support. And I wonder what that is. Uy, X-Borg ang binan ng Blufire.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, yung combination lang din. Yung Last Insanity tapos
Fatal Links, yeah.
Napakalaking bagay nun. And with 2 strong side laners onto the side of Blufire, ang ginawa nila dito, tinanggal na nila yung Digi just for safety. Kasi yun yung isa mga makings ng mga gandang Digi setup eh.
Yeah, panggulo lang
Panggulo ka lang and yung side lanes mo malakas.
And no more, kahit ma-fatal links kayo, wala kayong tagaligtas. Wala kayong time journey na pagligtas.
That is true.
Diba?
That is true.
So, good thing na yun for NXP. And now, again, wala na silang way para ma-block yung magiging carry pick ni H2O dito. He has, ang dami niyang options. Pwede siya mag-YSS, pwede siya mag-Hayabusa. Pero Valier is still a really big possibility here.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, sa nakikita ko ngayon, inaantay na lang netong NXP Solid yung ipipick pang-apat netong Blufire. Kasi if this is a mage, pakiramdam ko pwede sila mag-Hellcurt dito eh.
Oh, that's true.
They can go for a reason sila na Hellcurt.
Hindi pa tayo tapos sa side laner natin.
Kumbaga, in terms of vision game, Rockhart, meron kang Chang'o, meron kang YSS, tapos meron kang Hellcurt. Pwedeng maging trend yun for them.
So, isip mo, YSS Hellcurt.
Pwede.
Sounds like
it could be. Pero kasi, tingnan natin dito kung ano yung adjustment na gagawin nila. And they actually go for another Hayabusa. Ayaw na nila mag-YSS.
Oo.
Okay. Mas stable actually. I like it. Hindi sila kasing explosive ng mga usual na pinipili na NXP Solid. Kasi you would actually think that NXP Solid would go for that YSS. Tapos, yung Hellcurt. But now, nakikita mo yung adjustment na ginagawa nila. There is a bit of a change in terms of drafting na hindi mo na lang makukuha yun dahil gusto mo.
Tama.
It's more on the idea na bigay natin to kasi ito yung mga usual at yung mga successful heroes ngayon.
Yeah,
I like it.
AOE damage para sa NXP Solid. The big combo. Fatal Links into Meteor Shower. Plus, syempre, Alice all around. Looking good for NXP. And going to be the last pick here is the Baksha. Interesting. Kasi hindi ko masyadong... I guess, just for the Alice, gustong huntingin ng Baksha magdamag si Alice. I don't know if that makes sense for me. Pero, Blufire's gonna go for it. And they look like they're happy with their picks. Tignan natin kung gagana dito.
I'm actually waiting for yung kanilang mga spells dito. I think Purify or Flicker.
Maximum Purify dito para
for both teams. I think ito talaga isa sa mga literal na bagay na kailangan nila abangan. I got it right now. Tingnan natin kung ano kinuha nila. Hindi pa pala to yun.
Oo,
Okay, ito. Okay.
Sige lang, yan
And puro sila flicker.
Yeah, lots
Puro
of
sila
flickers.
flicker. Lots of flickers. Ayaw nila. 3 flicker. Meron kay...
Wala man lang isang naka-purify.
Meron kay... alam mo yun, kasi yung purify, it doesn't really solve the problem. Nandun ka pa rin kayo sa vicinity.
Mahuhulit
ka pa rin.
Oo.
So, ibig sabihin, meron si Yuzhong na flicker dito. Si Kripsu meron din. At si Lims.
Let's go into this game. Game 2, NXP Solid versus Blufire. Mal-close out na kaya ng NXP to? Because I think it's a good possibility considering right now, they look like they have a pretty comfortable pick still. Pero I still kind of miss the YSS here. Pero let's see if H2O can make the Hayabusa work. Round 2. 2 times the charm. Close it out.
And looking at it, eto may malaking emphasis dito into getting the level 4 para sa mga supports. NXP Solid, kailangan nila ibigay agad kay Chang'o yung Meteor Shower nila because they know that they need that certain buff para dito. Kaya they need that certain skill pala para kay Chang'o. But looking at it, tignan mo sila H2O dito kung anong ginawa nila. They went straight for that orange buff sa may side ng kalaban.
Uy, Chester, grabe naman. Galit na galit. Laban agad. And Kripsu very, very low. Limbs in front as well. Looks like Blufire is now going to be the ones on the driver's seat with the first blood on H2O.
And that is going to be the first blood. And titignan mo dito, the thing na nangyari dito for the side of Blufire, they went straight for that purple buff and they go for another punish. Blufire dito getting 2 kills.
Wow.
And man, oh man, that is going to be big kills onto the side of NXP Solid. That was a delay on H2O.
Yeah, ang laking bagay nung delay din as well as the buffs. I'm not sure if H2O still has any buffs in that one because na-clear out siya. So, it's gonna be a long early game here for NXP.
Oh, MB getting the shorter end of the stick doon sa engagement na yon. And that is going to be another pick-off for the side of Blufire. Ito yung sinasabi natin. Merong glimmer of hope for the side of Blufire.
May
Kasi
asim.
nakukuha nila
Oo.
yung rotation nila sa early game. Hindi lang nila napapanghawakan yun against sa side ng NXP Solid.
And I think dun lumalakas, dun nagpapakitang gilas yung NXP. Yung after nitong early game nito, even though ma-behind kami, paano ba kami makabawi? Diba? So, abangan nyo yun mga kaibigan. And NXP looks like gusto nilang i-offset yung weaknesses ni Hayabusa by grouping up together sa mid lane. So, magte-trio muna kami, ikot muna kami. Hindi muna pwedeng solo-solo.
Okay. So, ako naniniwala nga ako, Rocker, kailangan mag-ingat ni Kripsu dito eh. There were a lot of kills given kay H2O dahil nahuhuli yung si Kripsu kanina. So, feeling ko medyo kailangan maiwan dito or mag-isip dito si Kripsu kung paano niya ipapwesta yung sarili niya. Because earlier, talaga nahuhuli siya na siya lang yung mismong target nung shadow kill.
And Kripsu is going to be, I think this time around, a bit safer kasi Fuzaken's gonna be, nakita niyo yung nangyari kanina eh, di ba? So Fuzaken's going to be more alert and blocking out para kay Kripsu, and yung Valier talaga, it's very difficult to deal with. Like kita mo naman, even NXP, nagkakagamit lang ng Valier. They're having a hard time dealing with Kripsu, although right now, hindi sila nag-amaasim masyado.
That is actually a good observation from Rockhart. Still, there is this thing about Blufire na ito din yung ginawa
Hirap
nila
tumapit
kaya
to.
they still go for it and the retributions are thrown out. The question is, kay Yawi actually napunta yung buff.
Oh.
Kay Yawi napunta yung buff. So, ibig sabihin, pinersa nila si H2O,
They still
gumamit
got
ng
something.
retribution.
Oh.
They got something out of it, but still, kay Yawi napunta eh. You would actually prefer na mapunta yun kay H2O. Pero a kill onto the top lane dito kay MB. And another kill onto the middle lane doon sa may side brush netong mid lane na to. They actually get 2 kills at that point, at different points of the map. Limbs dito nagiging aggressive na. I think Blufire is being confident sa lahat na ginagawa nila.
Sa ngayon, di ba? I think alam nilang kaya naman natin mag-survive and wala masyadong threat kay H2O kasi right now, he's only level 6 with Creep-Chu already at level 8.
Creep-Chu?
Creep-Chu.
Creep-Chu. Well, that could be actually a combination. Pero mapipilitan si Yawi dito gamitin yung flicker. And that is still going to be a thing na kailangan bantayan, and there is going to be a pause.
Saan kaya nanggagaling yung apoy ng Blufire na ganito, no? Kasi I feel
Sa balir.
Sa balir. Talaga, no? Tsaka kay Lims.
Oo naman.
Yung side lane ni Lims, is actually surprising that he's winning on that lane, considering katapat niya is medyo solid din na side laner.
What you really have to look out for kasi dito kay Alice is yung flowing blood. After the flowing blood, I don't really think that he can out-damage etong isang Thams. Kasi yung Thams, innately, kaya niya din mag-regen para sa sarili niya eh. So, looking at it, dapat nananalo talaga dito si Lims. And this is good for Lims. Kasi kahit papano, week 1 to week 4, hindi niya makuha yung confidence niya, hindi niya mapakita yung lakas niya talaga dito. But right now, at least he's given breathing room, kumbaga, para makapag-set up kahit papano. Pero kasi, ang kailangan bantayan dito for NXP Solid is nag-scale kasi sila.
Yun. I think, especially even if lumamang si Secret, ay sa choose sa early game, kayang mahabol. I think we've seen H2O na paulit-ulit na nakakabawi siya from big deficits. That's just the nature of H2O, no? Nature na niya na makabawi eventually as long as the game can progress into the late game.
Pero kasi kailangan din, hindi din bigyan ng Blufire na pagkakataon makabawi si H2O. Kasi nakita nila yung game number 1, yung Chang'o, tinarget, hindi makalaban si Chang'o. And that led to them actually giving back the ball. Or napasa nila uli yung bola dito sa side ng NXP Solid. So, now, hinahanap ni H2O yung opening na yon. I'm sure hinahanap niya yon sa side niya. He's trying to get it from Crypt. Kasi alam natin si Crypt talaga dito yung pinakamagandang target for him. So right now, they're looking at it. Nag-iisip na sila kung paano nga ba natin lulusutan to. For you, if gusto dito ng NXP Solid makabawi dito sa deficit na binigay sa kanila ng Blufire, how do you deal with this?
Para makabawi sa deficit nila right now, I think you just need to spam the wave clear, no? I think the wave clear is so important, and you will have to concede some objectives. At this point, pag pinoyers na nila lumaban, they will definitely lose. Like what's happening right now.
Chester Don getting 2 on that ultimate. Fatal Links. Ang ganda sana, pero there was no follow-up. Wala si Renny J Don, and that is going to be a pick-off onto the side of Blufire. Ito lang yung pinaka nagiging story dito. Blufire umiikot, NXP nahuhuli.
Yep. Over and over again, they just need to avoid fighting and they need to get H2O. Kailangan nila ma-focus yung farm ni H2O right now. Pati si Secret lamang na sa kanya sa level.
Turtle kinukuha dito. Look at Secret. He's actually trying to zone out etong mga tao dito. And this is bad for the side of NXP Solid. Kapag kayo mga side laners pinuntahan nung carry at sila yung nabubuli, even if it's a 2v1, medyo dun na nagkakaroon ng clear lead. Kasi kung titignan mo dito ngayon, in terms of gold, 6K ang kalamangan dito ng Blufire.
6K gold at 5.5 minutes. Napakabilis nun. That is scary. Especially if right now with Chu on that turtle buff. Naku po, napaka-update nitong Lance. Level 11, kayang-kaya namang takedown ng mga low-level targets. Especially level 6 ng si Yawi ngayon. That is not good for NXP.
Chester dito pulling the trigger on that ultimate, and that is going to be the opening na hinanap dito ng Blufire. This might be a push going to their side, and probably another objective na minamata nila sa baba. Kasi nung nakita nilang ginamit yung Fatal Link, sabi, it's go time. Snap na. Oras na. Laban. Wala nang ulti.
You know what's super surprising dito? Is sinasadya ba nila mag-swap role ngayon si Yawi tsaka si Chester, no?
But possible. Kasi kung nakikita mo kung paano mag-tank dito yung two players, I think this is the certain adjustment na binigay sa kanila ng team.
Interesting.
Kumbaga, Yawi, ikaw mag-support. Ikaw mag-Chang'o, ikaw gumamit nito lahat. Chester yung magiging initiator natin. Nasa captain, pinapakita ni Chester na versatile siya. Pero look at this ultimate. Ito na ata ang hinahanap na laban, mga kaibigan ng Blufire. Pero look at this. The damage just way too low to the side of NXP Solid. Hindi nila kinakaya. Chu dito, tinusok-tusok si MB.
Tusok-tusok. Naku po, ito na yung puncture. Okay, so, kamusta naman si Chu? I think maximum na yung ultimate niya. Phantom Execute will hurt even more. Ang gagawin problema dito is how do you take this down? How do you chase this? And let's see, look at the instant replay. Yung front line ng Blufire this time, mas solid compared to last game.
And looking at this replay, nakita mo doon na talagang naisip na nila na gusto nila kunin yung laban na yun kasi ang ganda ng Fatal Links eh. But the thing is, yung combo mo wala. Yung combo mo wala doon. It could have been Renny J at that point on, dealing damage. At si Cripso dito nakuha na yung kanyang Durance.
Yep, hindi ba natin nakita yung wombo combo ng NXP? Yung yung Fatal Links into Yawi into Renny J, wala pang ganun kasi hindi pa sila confident and nakakatakot yung assassination capabilities nitong si Chu sa Lancelot. So hindi sila makaset up na maayos.
So now, yung mapa nandito na side nasa side ng Blufire. NXP solid dito, they're trying to regain it back, pero kasi talagang nakaset up na dito yung Blufire na sila na ang magmamando netong laro. Chester, nahuli siya sa isang masamang lugar and that is going to be an overextend. But look at this, H2O, hindi niya alam kung saan siya magde-def. Ang daming nangyayari sa mapa dito. Looking at it, Renny J, hindi pa siya nakakasali sa isang laban dito.
Hindi pa talaga kasi hindi din siya makapasok ng solid. I don't think kompleto pa yung Winter Truncheon niya. And even if mag-Winter Truncheon ka sa gitna ng kalaban mo, what if you're not doing enough damage? Hindi ka din makasurvive. Yun siguro iniisip niya kaya hindi siya makapasok talaga. Hirap na ang NXP mga kaibigan with an 11k goal lead.
May requirement kasi na kailangan si Alice dito para makapasok siya. Kailangan makita niya muna na natulak na ni Cripso.
Oo, kasi sayang lang yung pasok niya kung ganun.
Pagka nag-flowing blood siya, umabot siya dun sa mga tao at natulak siya ni Cripso.
Wala din.
There is a chance na baka mawala yung buong ultimate niya at hindi maging komportable na yung buong team niya na lumaban just because nawala yung ultimate niya na yun.
Kaya hindi din siya maka-lifesteal kasi tinulak siya out of place. Wala siya sa posisyon.
And Chester dito, siya na naman na napakusahan. That was a very good ultimate coming out from him pero hindi talaga mabakapan. Fuzakin dito actually getting a lot of those slashes sa shadow kill pero it's not really enough. Hindi talaga tumatama or hindi tumutugma yung damage output dito ng NXP Solid sa kailangan nila.
I think sobrang kulang nung overall magic damage nila from Renny J and Yawi.
And
so, kung may papanalong game ang Blufire ngayong season na to ulit, ito na siguro yun.
And this could be the stop sa drought na nangyayari sa side ng Blufire. They're actually going for the Lord. H2O, nandun sa may vicinity, they actually locate him. And this is going to be the Lord going to the side of Blufire. Tingnan natin kung paano gagalaw dito yung side ng NXP Solid. How will they deal with this? Fuzakin dito, humaharap siya sa lahat. And 108, wala pang napapatay dito yung side ng NXP Solid.
0 kills so far. At 10 minutes, 13,000 na ang lawang ng Blufire. At naglalakad ng Lord sa top lane, mga kaibigan. Ito na ba yun? Well, ang tanong Blufire kaya ba nilang ma-close out to? Kasi yun din isa sa mga weakness ng Blufire nakita natin. Mula pa nung unang pick.
This could go to a game number 3. Right now, tinitignan natin yung stats, Rockhart. Tinitignan natin yung game, yung pacing. It's safe to say. It's probably safe to say na pwedeng pumunta to sa game number 3 kasi yung lead, 15k. Yung towers, 6-0. Yung Lord, 0-1.
Malaking bagay yun. Malaking bagay yun. Tignan natin Here we go again for the siege. Top lane Lord. Ito na ba ang laban na hinahanap ng Blufire? Camera, let's go.
Camera, let's go. Pero nandito si Chester sa may gitna. Natulak siya pabalik. They go in. Chester dito pinarusahan na naman. Chu on the back lines. Na-takedown na nila dito yung Atlas and they don't want more. They go straight for the next turret. Dito sa may gitna. Is this the way na hinahanap nila? Renny J dito pumasok ng Blood O. But still, that is not going to be enough. H2O will go down. Chu dito going ham. Phantom execution. Tingnan natin mga kaibigan. Renny J dito. Pinipilit niya lang kontrolin yung side dito ng Blufire but Renny J can't really do anything kasi hindi pa siya nag-i-scale.
Not scaled enough. Minion wave lang. Minion wave. Walang minions and they will be able to defend. At least for now, Yawi left alone. Chester, 2v5 mga kaibigan.
This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Walang minions dito. Nagagawa na NXP Solid na i-delay yung mga bagay-bagay dito for the side of Blufire pero they cannot go for another pick-off dito. If they do, magkakaroon sila ng problema. Yawi dito doing a great job pero hindi yata kakayanin. Blufire wins game number 2 and the drought for that win is over for the side of Blufire.
Finals na!
And look at the dance coming out from Fuzakin.
Mukha ng finals. Umiyak na si Chewie, paiyak na.
Going at it.
Na panalo nila.
Going at it, ladies and gentlemen.
They
Yung
can't
Blufire
believe
dito.
it.
Yung Blufire dito, men. Ako nagsasabi sa'yo. Ang daming pinagdaanan, ang daming bagay na sinasabi sa kanila. And they get this win. Nakausap ko yung mga players dito, sinasabi nila lagi na ang hirap na kapag ganito yung nangyayari sa inyo.
Parang paiyak na sila.
Tignan mo, sa sobrang saya nila, pinanood. Pinanood nila yung live. Naka-delay yan.
Oo, may delay yan ha.
Pinanood nila, para
Pinapanood
nila,
pa rin
sabi
nila.
nila, "Pre, nanalo din tayo. Last time na nanalo tayo,
Kahit
ulit
na
pa
may
yun
5 minutes delay, sige, panood natin yung
Pero
nangyari.
still, Rockart.
Naman. So I think it's going to be a very important factor dito yung bans na. Ano, magbabago ba yung bans dito? Kasi right now, it looks just the same as Game 1. Which is, they are removing the Uranus. Sabi yata nila, parang hindi yata gana yung Uranus kanina, tol ah. Feeling ko, out muna tayo dun eh.
Well,
yeah.
Alam mo, hindi pa rin natatanggalin ng NXP Solid.
Hindi pa.
They know the capabilities of that certain hero. And
Malayo pa.
to be honest, kailangan lang nila dito isipin na it's just one win. It's
not even a series
not
win.
Even a series win.
Oo.
Kasi nanalo na rin naman dati ang Blufire ng isang beses. Although, after nun, may drought na sobrang haba.
Tagal. Oo.
Sobrang tagal na, alam mo yun, sa pakiramdam mo sa pro player, nakainom ka ng tubig. Uhaw na uhaw ka.
Yep.
Nakainom ka ng tubig.
Ganito pala feeling ng manalo. Parang ganun. After a long time, it's been a long day. So, di ba, without a win, which is very, if you're a player and maka-lose streak ka ng ganong katagal, rank games pala, mag-lose streak ka ng 5 dyan, magwawala ka na eh. Imagine yung feeling ng Blufire. 4 na linggo, 3 linggo silang hindi na nanalo, tapos ngayon lang ulit. Kaya hindi mo talaga masisi na ganun yung feeling nila. Akala nila nag-champion na ng S6 agad. Pero
tignan natin, alam mo, at times, sabihin ko sa'yo dito, nakaalala mo dati, yung team ni, Crip, yun talaga, wala.
As in
wala.
As in, walang-wala.
So, ibig sabihin, for him, etong setup na to, it's too familiar.
Oh.
So, talagang literal na, alam mo yun, mapapatalon ka, mapapahiyaw ka. Pero for the side of Blufire dito, I'm pretty sure, Secret will be the ones Secret and Kripsu ang pipili dito. And they go for Chu and Kripsu on that Valir and that Lancelot. They give out that Lancelot ulit. Blufire dito, hindi talaga nila priority yung Yuzhong na yan.
Wala
so sabi
na.
nila dito,
ban
sige,
na lang
wag na
natin
natin ibigay. Ban na lang natin.
Baka
Tapos,
malason pa tayo eh.
eto, si Reyna J nakuha yung hero niya. Nakuha niya yung show. And sabihin na lang natin na this is more, this is faster to get the power spike compared to an Alice.
Totoo yun. Totoo yun. I think this is gonna be a different way. Plus, ito yung mga heroes na kaya paglugi na kayo, kaya nyo umakyat sa top lane, sa bot lane, kaya nyo mag-cut ng mabilis, and it can threaten your lineup. I think Renegade has done that many times ngayong season na to, and I won't be surprised. Plus, Link pa. So yun yung sinasabi ko, yung mga cut sa top tsaka sa bot lane, mangyayari yun paulit-ulit sa game na to. Expect nyo yan. Which means, mas mahihirapan lalo yung Blufire na matapusin yung game. Kanina pa lang, parang medyo may konting hirap na, di ba? Although sobrang lamang nila. What more now na may mga super split pushers on the side of NXP Solid na kayang gawin yun paulit-ulit. We'll have to wait and see because that's gonna be a very... Yung closing pa rin eh, yung pagsara pa rin ng laro ang pinaka-weakness, di ba? Ng NXP, ng Blufire. Na kayang-kayang gawin ng NXP Solid, they can do that to you all day long. All day long indeed. Alam mo, Rockart, this is actually a good draft coming out from NXP Solid. Ramdam ko yung pagiging komportable nila dito sa first 3 picks na nakuha nila. Although for Blufire dito, they're just waiting for the proper time na magkaroon sila talaga ng time makakuha yung kanilang mga tanks dito. And yung isang side lane. Pero alam mo, yung Kagura kasi napakasakit sa ulo din kasi sa isang Valir niyan eh. Totoo. Not to mention kay Fams. I think ang ginagawa ng Blufire dito, alam mo sinabi natin bago magsimula yung araw na to, wala pa silang actual ng mga signature hero. Sabi nila, subukan natin ulitin yung lineup kanina. Same yung first 3 picks nila eh. So, ang problema lang ngayon, wala silang Yuzhong. So, kailangan nilang gawan ng paraan yun. What are they gonna sub into the Yuzhong that is going to work? Ano yung magandang substitute kay Yuzhong?
there is still multiple heroes on the side lane na pwede pa nilang kunin. I mean, the Ruby is still there kung gusto nila uli yun. Pero feeling ko kung may gagamit dito ng Ruby on their side, bigay nila kay Secret. Kasi
Feeling ko itigil na yung Ruby.
Alam mo, ramdam ko hindi rin talaga kasi gumagana yung Ruby for their side sa Blufire. Pero kasi kung yun yung pinractice nila, yun yung pinractice nila eh. Di ba?
Wala tayong no choice. Wala tayong no choice
Minsan, ganun talaga. Pero for NXP Solid, Grak ang kinuha nila dito.
Uy!
And that is a Yawi hero.
Welcome back kay Grak.
Ako ramdam ko Yawi
Graki
hero
boy.
to eh. So, ibig sabihin,
Hindi naman wala nang support Yawi.
wala na siguro support
Wala
Yawi.
nang super
Or,
support
ito
Yawi.
talaga yung hinahanap nilang timpla. Chester pa rin ang gagamit. Who knows?
Ako, hindi ako mas-surprise kung ano na naman sila dito. I-try nilang mag-Chang'e ulit. Hindi naman siya na-ban. So, it's one thing na kayang umabot. Kaya niyang maabot si Kripsu dun sa Valier. Kaya niyang maabot si Lims. Kaya niyang matulak si Lims pabalik. I think yun yung kulang nila ngayon eh. Akai with the pick. Fuzak can go and old school dito sa Akai na to. Said, wala na akong maisip na ibang tangke. Let's go for the big boy.
And it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Blufire dito with Akai. Secret dito, getting that Balmond. Yes, that is actually a good pick. Kasi nandyan si Khalid. So, dalawang Beyblade ang pinili nila dito halos.
Yep, it's gonna be a Beyblade battle. Let it rip! Pero si MB makikiikot din yan for sure. Tsaka si I wonder if si Yawi na talaga to, no? Or si Chester. So, mag-grak. So, hindi pa tapos ang pick sa NXP. I still think it will be an even fight after this last pick. They need more damage. A lineup of NXP Solid needs more early game damage. If not, ano pa ba? Ano ba pwede na i-pick dito?
I think Chang'e is
Ayan
going to be the pick talaga.
Ala ko,
Chang'e is going to be
magpapalit
the
pa
pick talaga.
tayo. Yun na talaga yun.
Ramdam ko na Chang'e na lang talaga yung hero na pwede mong kunin dito. Although you really have to look out for Fuzakin. Kasi itong Akai ni Fuzakin, dati nung Season 4, sinasabi natin na hindi na talaga gana dito yung Akai. Pero napagana niya pa rin. And you really need to look out for this guy kasi ito yung isa sa mga comfort heroes niya. Hindi masyadong nagpa-face sila YOLO doon. Sabi nila YOLO, sige, gawin nyo na. Maganda yung draft nyo ngayon. Kayo na ang hawak niyan. Ganito na lang siguro yung dapat nyong gawin. And binigay nyo na lahat ng pointers niya dito for the side of NXP Solid. For the side of Blufire, pakiramdam ko kailangan nila gawin dito is wag muna sila magpakayat sa emosyon. Yes, nanalo kayo. Yes, nanalo sila. Pero kasi kapag ka masyado kang naging maligalig, baka may mga galaw kang magawa na, alam mo yun, masobrahan yung confidence mo.
Yeah.
So, for Blufire dito, the point is to not really be overconfident. And for NXP Solid, mag-chill lang sila. Kasi isang game lang yun at hindi series.
Yep.
Pwede pa nila baliktarin yung mga pangyayari dito.
And I think that is a big possibility going into Game 3, mga kaibigan. NXP Solid versus Blufire. Ito naman, ang mangyayari naman dito ngayon is Yawi is back on the tank and Chester on the Chang'e. So we are back to normal, back to basics, ika nga nila. Para sa NXP Solid.
And look at this, hindi masyado magbibigay kahit papano dito ng opening yung NXP Solid. Yun yung maganda sa dalawang nila dito. Sa dalawang tank nila dito, yung tank support setup nila. At least kasi sila yung may kapangyarihan mag-go for the invade. Pero ang sabi naman dito ng Blufire, alam na namin mag-invade kayo eh. So, imimirror na lang namin yan. Pupuntahan namin yung kabilang side
Trade
ng
na lang
mapa.
kasi
Trade na lang tayo.
hindi pwede. Lintik lang walang ganti, di ba?
Pero tama naman. Tama naman. Okay, so nakikita natin yung mirror na ginawa nila. I think this is a good job for both teams to actually, paano ko ba sabihin to? Set up bago yung kalaban nila. Kasi naging preemptive dito yung NXP Solid eh. Sabi nila, mag-invade tayo. Unahan natin sila mag-clear. Mas malakas tayo mag-clear.
Pabilisan.
Grak tsaka Chang'e, napakabilis mag-clear.
Pabilisan yan.
Ang gagawin nila, pupunta sila agad doon. Nung nakita ng Blufire na, nandun na sila sa side
mali,
natin. Huwag na natin ipilit, nakapwesto na sila. Doon na tayo sa may kabila. Hindi na naman nila kaya iprotektahan din yun kasi 3 tao na yun nasa other side.
Yeah, it's a normal way to deal with the invade. You know what? Do an invade of your own. And I think that's very smart here coming from both of these teams. You can really tell that they're trying to go back to basics eh. Hindi ito yung mga flashy plays, hindi ito yung mga old school na gulatan. Ito, talagang palitan na lang ng suntok ang nangyayari. Diba? It's a very good thing for both of these teams. They are going back to the usual. So wala pang mangyayari dito na kababalaghan sa ngayon. Pero expect that to change later on, especially considering na ang gusto ko dito nangyari sa NXP, they're back to their comfort role. Ang laki ng difference from Yawi as a support, from Yawi as a tank. No?
Gumana naman siya ng game
Gumana
number
siya ng
1
game
eh.
1, pero iba yung pakiramdam eh. Pag pinapanood mo siya.
Oo, di ba? Medyo sabihin na lang natin, hindi siya usual na nakikita mo. And that's actually correct. I do agree with you on that, Rockhart. Pero kasi, ang thing is, para sa akin, gumana kasi ng game number 1.
Kaya pinili talaga nila ang game.
Alam mo yun, may part sa akin na nagsasabi na, baka hindi mo talaga pwedeng sabihin na dahil doon sa setup o sa pagpalit nila ng role, kaya medyo naging rough yung game number 2. I think it's because of the things or the heroes din na napili nila. Kasi, nag-pop off si Lims eh. Yun yung nakuha ni Lims. Nakuha ni Lims yung pag-pop off niya. Si Chu has been very consistent din naman. Ang ganda ng performance niya nung game number 1. Nakuha niya yung dapat lahat nakawin.
Yeah, at least nung una.
Diba?
Pero I think after that,
after nun, hindi na nila nahawakan,
yung consistency din ni Chu, questionable para sa akin eh. Pero the thing is, tama nga, I think the picks is important. Si Lims yung hindi natin napapansin lagi, na feeling ko siya din yung big difference maker para sa Blufire. No?
I mean, sa totoo lang, gusto din natin pansinin si Lims.
Oo.
Kaso kasi, if you're not really performing that well, ang hirap mo din bigyan ng spotlight.
I see what you mean.
Diba?
Okay.
So we try to look at each player as much as possible. Pero if that player isn't really doing that well at that time on, alam mo yun, parang hirap din bigyan ng emphasis.
Hirap i-hype.
O, diba? Ang hirap i-hype. Tama. Pero this is a good move coming out from from NXP Solid kasi na-realize nila na nakuha na talaga dito nung side, nung Blufire, etong buff nila sa may gilid. And kung napapansin mo, mas mabilis pa nga nilang nakuha na take yung buff na yon. Just because this is still a Lancelot.
Yeah, positioning and yung bilis yung mag-rotate with the puncture. It's something that you cannot really take away from a Lancelot. So we are back here on a bit of an equilibrium sa unang minuto ng game. Secret, kamusta kaya mag-basketball to? Kaya mag-ballin nito mamaya?
Secret Baldibole.
Secret Baldibole.
Pwede kaya.
Kasi hindi ko pa siya masyadong naano dito sa
Ako naman, tatandaan mo, bilog ang bola.
Totoo naman.
Bilog ang bola, matagal na natin sinasabi yan. And kung papansinin mo kasi dito, kung bakit isa sa mga magagandang picks dito ang Balmond, syempre, the Khaled is there. Pero kasi, isa pang factor is napaka-sustainable ng isang Balmond sa lane.
Yeah, they still want to keep going there, and the sustain is difficult to achieve, especially yung sustain na sa passive ni Balmond is from kills. So Secret needs to try to focus on getting those kills if he wants to really pop off as a Balmond. I think nakita natin yun with a few games last week. Balmond's really carried games hard, and I think this could be a pretty similar experience for Secret as long as kaya niya makipagsabayan sa tempo, sa bilis ng laro nila Chu at nila Lims.
Pero ito napapansin mo dito yung pwestuhan ng mga teams. Kung paano nila i-set up yung sarili nila dun sa mga gubat ng isa't isa. Ngayon, gray dito yung mga circles ng mga buffs. So that means 15 seconds na lang mag-up na sila. And that is the thing about these buffs. Kapag nakita nyo na yan, it's about time for these teams to actually set themselves up na maprotektahan nila yung mga buff nila or doon sila paprotekta doon nila kukunin yung buff nila at aayusin nila or pupunta sila sa invade.
Pwestuhan. At sa pwestuhan naman, feeling ko na una ngayon ang NXP. Nasa gitna silang lahat halos and they are making sure na hindi nakapwesto ang Blufire to take those buffs.
Pero si Reyna J dito going for Lim. Si Yawi naman dito lumaban. There's the Cotterant Inferno. And here comes H2O with the help. They will get the first blood. NXP solid dito. Solid rotation from Yawi and H2O.
Yep, Tempest of Blades right there actually just for the assist. You'll be able to at least push back the Blufire to make sure na hindi sila maka-invade. Yung Secret yata natulak palabas ng bush. Will still actually be able to survive though. Wala pang solid na damage output ang NXP for now. Pero right now, ginagawa nila, pwestuhan around the Lord Crave. So ang nahulin naman.
Napilitan siya mag-flicker doon. If he was gonna use the flicker, in a way, mas maganda sana kung nagamit niya na mas maaga because that at that point on, parang nag-soak up ka
Wala
na ng
na eh.
damage
Oo eh. Kaya ka na mahabol eh.
Keep in mind lang, guys, kung bakit ko sinabi yon is because meron tayong link. Na ang link kasi kapag nakita niya na mababa yung buhay mo at those points of the
Mabilis
game.
yan. Matinik yan.
Mabilis yan pumunta sa area mo. So, you really need to look out for your HP bar dito. Kasi once na makita ni H2O na mababa yan, more or less, ladies and gentlemen, tatalon yan.
Yep. Alam mo yan, Matic. Ang dami mo na experience for sure na Ling na tumatalon na lang sa mukha mo.
Oh, walang gumagamit
mula
ng
sa
Ling sa
malayo,
atin,
'di ba?
Oh, yung dalawang carry ng Sen Esports,
Wala,
yung Shinbo
puro
tsaka yung
marksman, tsaka si
puro
Lina lang
marksman si Lina lang. Yung Ling, nagmamakaawa na ako, aralin nyo naman.
Oo, wala ba
Aralin nyo
tayo
naman.
dyan?
Wala
talaga.
Ayaw
Feeling
talaga.
ko, offlane Ling na gagawin natin eh.
Sabi ni Shinbo, as long as daw as walang pana si Ling, hindi niya daw kukunin.
Tama.
Kailangan, ang requirement may pana.
So, mahirap pilitin si Shinbu na mag-Ling. Pero okay lang yan. Kaya tropa yan eh, di ba? Kaya natin yan. Kaya buhatin ni Butters yan.
Pero alam mo, H2O, ikaw yung ikaw yung nagbubuhat, ano sinasabi mo? H2O dito, yung start niya for a Ling versus Lancelot matchup is above average. Kung isipin mo, talagang literal na magandang setup para sa kanya. Kung napapansin mo yung mga dating Ling na match, yung Execration versus Blacklist, kung naaalala mo yun, yung
Old
literal
school.
na nakuha nila yung Ling, pero nagkaroon ng differences or nagkaroon ng pressure dito for H2O na si Hate na mawalan siya ng purple buff. But the thing is, Fuzaken here, hindi niya masasalba yung kanyang teammate and Limbs will go down. Limbs dito, yung kung gaano kaganda yung kanyang game number 2. Game number 3.
Ganun kalala.
0-3 na siya dito.
Oo. Sobrang lala and BNK, Blufire, they are losing out on a lot of tempo, forcing yung flicker din paatras. Kaya mo bang matakbuhan si Khalid na rumaragagas?
Rumaragas. Alam ko medyo mahirap ang Tagalog. Okay.
Pasensya.
Oo, ganun talaga. Okay lang yan.
It's live.
It's life indeed. Pero alam mo, ito Yawi dito, you can see the difference.
Ang laki ng pagkakaiba.
Ang laki ng pagkakaiba in terms of confidence dito. And I feel na yung Grok kasi ngayon hindi na siya masyado tinitignan. Pero kasi pagka-capable, yung mga taong humahawak niyang Grok na yan. Ako, ang mga naisip ko ngayon na pwede gumamit ng Grok, sa totoo lang, ito si Yawi, si Lasty still there. Pero kasi yung ibang teams kasi parang hindi nila binibigyan ng certain emphasis dito, yung Grok. So, what do you think about it?
You know what's funny? I think Fuzaken could have actually grokked as well. Pero nawawalan talaga sila ng focus dun sa mga yun, no? And I think this time, ang ganda ng ikot. Ang ganda ng ikot na ginagawa ng NXP compared to Game 2, where they are really relying on the call of the Chang'e. This time, yung Chang'e talaga yung sinusundan. Compared to kanina si Yawi, mostly on, nung naka-Valir si Yawi, mostly taga-Hawi lang talaga siya, taga-tulak. This time, yung ikot ni Chang'e sinusunod ng NXP at nagmumukha talaga silang may direction sa mapa compared to Game 2.
So, the thing is, Blufire here and NXP Solid, nakukuha naman nila yung gusto nila ngayon. But still, there is this difference talaga na nakukuha na NXP Solid yung mga heroes sa trip nila. And look at this, sobrang chill nila. Hindi sila masyado gumagalaw. Si Yawi talaga dito, nakataas na lang yung kamay niya. And alam mo yun, parang sabi niya, sige, chill lang tayo, wag masyado magpadala sa emosyon. Kasi game 2 pa lang yun eh. Si Ginoong Valdez, tumawag pa lang kasi si Ginoong Valdez.
Ano ba sabi?
Dalhin mong game 3. Dinala nila ng game 3.
Yun nga yun.
Pero kasi si Ginoong Valdez, paminsan, hindi gumagana kapag best of 3 na. Kasi yun na lang yung pinakadulo eh.
Yun na yun eh. Manonood ka na lang.
Kumbaga, pagka sinabi ni Ginoong Valdez na dalhin mong game 4 yung BO3, medyo niloloko niya na Ginoong Valdez yung sarili niya sa panahon na yun.
Oo, tama. So we are back, by the way. Sorry for that technical pause. We are back here in NXP. Galit pa rin on the bot lane. Galit na galit. Raging Sandstorm sa ilalim ng Torre Secret. With a little counter, wala namang magaganap. Here we go. Ladies and gents, H2O wala nang nakapansin at big difference from earlier. Ngayon, full access naman si H2O sa kanyang mga buffs.
And, yeah, I mean, si Krebso dito isn't as effective nung game number 2. Pinapakita niya dito on this Valor, Fuzaken dito nagamit na yung Hurricane Dance niya, and that's the time na makikita mo si H2O na papasok siya agad. And nakikita mo kung paano ginagawa ni H2O yung mga bagay dito.
Yep.
Once na makita niya yung Hurricane Dance na okay na, instant pasok eh. Ang bilis ng utak eh. Ang bilis ng utak niya na mag-process na, go time na.
Yep.
Pero kasi at that point on, walang follow up sa kanya. So, binugaw niya lang.
Ang hirap din para kay Fuzaken namang huli sa Hurricane Dance, sa totoo lang eh. Kasi, hindi mo basta-basta mala-lockdown si Cho, hindi mo basta-basta mala-lockdown si H2O. Ang pinaka-target mo dito, either Chester or MB. Eh si Yawi, hindi mo din naman makukulong yan because of power of nature, tsaka sa passive ni Grok. Diba? So, hindi kasing effective yung akay ni Fuzaken dito sa game na to, kaya hindi ako sobrang na-hype din sa last pick niya.
Ito, And the TPs are coming out. Recall na lang ang ginagawa ng mga teams dito. Ling,
Ako, tinatanggap na
ewan
yata
ko,
ng Blufire.
feeling ko dapat hindi sila tumatambay diyan eh.
Oo eh.
Kasi yung NXP Solid, they have the liberty, they have the freedom
Sila
to
okay
do that.
lang.
Okay lang kasi nasa kanila yung lamang. Pero for Blufire ngayon,
Nakikipagtipihan ka ng ganyan.
kailangan nilang humanap ng paraan para makabawi dito kasi yung turtle up na eh.
Ewan ko lang kasi yung turtle, ayan na, wala nang kakatipin nyo dyan, wala nang nag-check sa turtle, di ba? Wala nang nakaikot, wala man lang nakasegue.
So, ibig sabihin, habang nangyayari lahat ng TP na yon, natanggal si Lim sa taas, na-takedown siya, 0-4 na siya ngayon, tapos yung turtle na wala pa sa kamay niyo.
Yes, and you didn't even make a push on the bottom lane. That is a big blunder. Sa totoo lang. In NXP, they're capitalizing. Talagang, kung enjoy kayo, sige, enjoyin nyo na. Enjoyin nyo na yan kasi most likely panalo na kami dito. Parang ganun.
Ito yung tinatawag nating emosyon. Na pakiramdam ko na blind eh. Pero kailangan umisin ng Blufire dito kung gusto nila pa mabaliktad to. Pero kasi kung alam mo yon, kung mind games din kasi to eh. Sa totoo lang, tinan mo ginagawa ni Secret.
Imbis na mag-clear siya dun sa baba, subukan niya lumabas.
Hindi mo din masisisi.
Siya.
And ako hindi ko masisecret. Baka talagang nag-aasakan lang sila kasi magkaibigan sila. Or talagang sumasagot lang ng TP dito, sila Cripsu at si Secret. But still, you have to make the most out of this game.
I think sa akin, for me, natanggap niya yata ng Blufire na this is it eh. So,
well, ako, ang gusto ko lang sabihin, hanggat hindi natutumba yung base,
may pag-asa.
May pag-asa.
So, 1% chance man yan. 1% pa rin yan.
1% chance is still 1%.
Still 1, di ba?
It's, alam mo yun, kumbaga kailangan lang nila
ilaban
dito.
Mo dapat na ilaban
lang nila.
Maximum.
Oo.
Ewan ko lang.
So, 40 seconds, still the Lord is up. I think NXP Solid, yun na lang yung pinaka-inaantay nila dito.
Yep.
Winter Truncheon on Cripsu, that is good para hindi siya matalunan dito or na matalunan ni H2O or mabatuhan ng Meteor Shower ni Chester. So, things are looking grim for the side of Blufire, pero alam mo yon, through items, nagagawa na nila paraan yung mga bagay-bagay. But still, it's pretty clear, ladies and gentlemen, na NXP Solid dito can get that win at hindi na nga kinailangan ng Winter Truncheon kasi tumba pa rin siya in a few strikes ng isang Ling dito.
And a few strikes is all that Ling needs right now. Renegade, gandang sipa, pero nakatakas pa rin si Chu doon sa gitna. Now it's going to be the Lord take. I think 9-0 so far. Magbibigay yan ng kill ang NXP.
Tignan mo dito si Baldibolin. Si Baldibolin nandun sa may gilid!
Wala ka! Way too late.
Kala ko hanggang rebound lang pala. Kala ko kaya nang dumakdak Rebound lang pala. Pero ito, Fuzaken dito trying to go for that Hurricane Dance. Hindi niya mahuhuli yan as long as hindi sila yung nasa pwesto.
Hindi kaya. Walang nullified yung Akai pick dito sa game na to. Dapat yata hindi na pinik ni Fuzaken yun. Kasi there's just no way he's gonna catch anyone. Si MB lang ang kaya mahuli and MB doesn't care. Like, I don't know, man.
So nakikita mo dito sila Yawi, as in literal, ang ginagawa ni Yawi buong magdamag, minamind games niya na tong kalaban nila.
Only mind games.
Only mind games, only emotes.
Yeah.
Only
talaga eh. I think that's it. Mahirap. Actually,
okay.
Good luck kay Shinbu mag-analyze dito mamaya.
So this is going to be a big win for the side of NXP Solid. Katulad nga ng sinabi natin, confidence game etong series na to. So, this time around, they get a kill on Fuzaken. Secret dito.
0-13. Road to 0-14 na naman.
Pwede nilang ibalik yung favor. Kung kanina 0-14 sila, hindi ko lang talaga binanggit. right now, they can actually return the favor. And it's a 0-13. NXP Solid wins this series 2-1.
And the drought is over for NXP.
The drought is over. They had a bit of a hard time nung game number 2. But with the adjustments at naging komportable sila sa mga bagay-bagay na ginawa nila, it led them to win game number 3. Ito yung sinasabi natin, the drought of the win, that single game win is over for the side of Blufire. Pero kasi ang problema, Kakart, wala pa rin doon yung series win na hinahanap nila.
Wala pa rin talaga.
Wala. I mean, nag-pull over pa or nag-ano pa, tinulak pa sila palayo netong side ng, what do you call this, sa side ng Blufire, tinulak pa sila palayo ng NXP Solid dun sa may points. Kasi tatandaan natin, NXP Solid ang hinahabol dito
Yung 3-0.
Blufire. So, ibig sabihin, Blufire might have gotten 1 point.
But, yeah, malayo pa
Pero
rin sa kabiasnan.
malayo pa rin sa
Malayo
kabiasnan.
pa, malayo pa.